There is trouble in paradise between Sam and Priscilla, and we get introduced to the real Ellie. Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome back to KRSTV. This is your boy Kenny. Now remember, subscribe to my channel, and click that bell so you get notifications every time I drop a video. Also, follow all the information I have in the description box as well as the comment section. Also, like this video, comment on this video, and share this video. Now, before I get started with this review, let me send a special shout out to the GMHC crew, which is Gay Men's Health Collaborative. If you are in the DMV area and would like to get tested for HIV, reach out to us at the GMHC crew for a home testing kit. You can have the kit mailed to you, or you can call us at the GMHC crew and make a same-day appointment and come to our location to pick it up. And if you're interested in getting set up with PrEP, which is HIV prevention, reach out to us at the GMHC crew for that as well. Also, if you're a fan of KRSTV and would love to become one of my Black Diamonds, sign up for my Patreon today, Black Diamonds, because in darkness, we still shine. For $5 a month, you'll get all of my YouTube content as well as special videos that are designed for my Black Diamonds that will not appear on YouTube. So, sign up for my Patreon today. Also, check out my YouTube partner, BK WorldTube, which is the Black Netflix. You get shows like The Haves and the Have-Nots and RuPaul's Drag Race. So after you watch this review, go in that link in my description box and comment section to check out BK WorldTube. Now, this is The Oval Season 1, Episode 23, and the name of this episode is Unexpected Guests. Now, this is how I'm going to start this off, because we saw on the last episode Miss Nancy decides to reveal a deep secret that Picky, who we all thought was her nephew, was actually her son. I'm going to say it right here and now. And whether y'all come out of a bag about it, don't make much of a difference, because y'all going to hear what I got to say. I have lost all respect for Miss Nancy. My respect has left the building like Elvis Presley with her ass. Because what she did was just gruesome, it was toxic, and it was just downright trifling. I mean, you literally had this baby raised by a drug addict. Then, here it is, you done allowed Barry's daughter to get taken because you chose to not listen to him by letting Callie see Ruth. And then you completely have broken Richard. So when you took your little stuck-up ass down to the jail and told Barry you have broken your father's heart, bullshit. You broke Richard's heart. Because Richard was literally in that bed, just tears coming out of his eyes when he's hearing this. Because he now realizes that all this time he thought his wife was faithful to him, she not only cheated, but had a whole damn baby. And hid it from everybody. The only person that knew the truth was her sister. And that's why she was paying the sister money. And then Richard started putting everything together. So that's why we don't have no life savings. And then, just to think about how you were very judgmental about Sharon. Yeah, Sharon was wrong, the fact that she let Kareem get into her lady bits. But she ain't have no damn baby and hid it from the whole world. And passed it off as her nephew when it was really her son. And even Barry was perplexed. He was like, Picky's my brother? We were only 1 year apart. Wow. So here we got Miss Nancy, Miss All Holier Than Thou, and yet you had all this in your back pocket? You a toxic trick, Miss Nancy, because all you do is bring hell and damnation to everybody that's attached to you. And it's to the point where Richard is just done. He was like, I was gone for 2 years on a tour of duty in Iraq. And he said, tell me everything. Who's the father? She won't say nothing. So you willfully are still going to stay stuck in this bullshit. But I have a theory on why she ain't telling him who the daddy is. Because it's somebody that Richard knows, and probably somebody who's very close to him. Could be a family member. Could be a very close friend. I don't think it's Sam, though. Or it could be the pastor of the church where they go for praise and worship. Where they praise God together on their knees, but Nancy decided to do a little something extra behind closed doors. We never know. I mean, I think in season 2 we're going to find out. But, yeah. That whole situation was crazy. And then while all this is going on, he gets discharged from the hospital. And Nancy's like, come on. You know, we got to go. You know, he's going to be okay. And he's like, get away from me. And she's like, you know you need me. He's like, I don't need shit from you. So Richard's done at this point, and I don't blame him. Then we see Ronald is at home eating, watching the news. He finds out that 2 people were shot at Denise's store. One is dead, and the other one is in intensive care. So I think in time we'll find out who survived that, you know, between Max and Yuma. Then he gets a call from Kyle. You know, they discuss the minor details of the whole situation. And then Kyle says, I want to see you. He's like, you can't see me right now. My wife is here. He's like, are you going to play that bullshit with me? You know I know where she is. Now open the door. I'm like, Kyle, you on some creepy shit. But Donald liked that shit, though, because Donald opened the door. He go, you know, immediately Cal just immediately goes to start kissing on Donald. And Donald, with that DL shit, is backing him away. And I'm like, wow. And then he pretty much tells him, you know, how he set the whole thing up. That he got surveillance footage of both Denise flirting with Max and Yuma. And pretty much said that what caused the shootout was the fact that they were fighting over Denise. And remember, that's why Yuma went there to find that surveillance footage, but Cowden already beat her to it with his old nasty, grimy ass. So then they start discussing Lily, and Cal says, you know, because Cal is having her tailed. He said that she's at some hotel room, but I think she got help from somebody. And then all of a sudden, Donald gets a call from Hunter, and Kyle begins to go down on Donald, working his jaws of life. And you just see him, and then like you pretty much, Hunter's on the phone telling Donald about Diane, saying that bitch of a press secretary you hired is accusing Ellie of sleeping with me. And then he was like, yeah, she found some yellow panties, and supposedly she's having them tested. And then Hunter lets Donald know that the panties belong to Denise. So then we got, you know, Sam and Priscilla. Sam is obviously horny and is ready for a red light special. And Priscilla is, I'm tired. Go take a cold shower. And I'm like, Priscilla, now you know the First Lady has been leaving her scent on your man. And you don't think right now that you need to get out of your slumber, get you a Red Bull or some 5-hour energy drink and get that man what he want? Seriously? And we could just see that Sam is getting frustrated because it's been weeks and he's trying to get it in. You know, and next thing you know, the doorbell rings. We don't know. He like, who the hell is that? She's like, I don't know. And she goes and answers the door. It's Nancy. Richard done put her ass out. And I'm like, good for you, Richard, because I wouldn't want to be in the same house with that bitch either after you found out that after all them years she had a kid. And the thing about Richard is that he's not mad that she did it. He's mad that she lied and said that she was faithful when she wasn't. See, it's the lie that be getting your asses in trouble. And it's shit like that that make good people go bad. Hold on to that. So, we see that Nancy and Priscilla talk. She lets him know about that Picky was her son. And, you know, she asks can she stay the night because she ain't got nowhere else to go. And she tells her not to tell Sam. But, baby, Sam gonna find out. You forget him and Richard are like this. He gonna find out, so you might as well. I don't even know what Nancy be on that bullshit, child. And then all of a sudden, you know, we see that after they were in the living room, Nancy and Priscilla go to her and Sam's bedroom and they're talking, and then the next thing you know, that Sam come out all chiselly and muscular, butt ball naked with the towel open, and didn't even know that daggone Nancy was there. And he ends up running into well, actually they were in the guest room because Priscilla was setting Nancy up to stay the night, and he go through the house looking for her because he about to give her that vitamin D, that eggplant parmigiana, and he goes full Monty. And Nancy sees it. He's like, oh. And then all of a sudden, Priscilla and Sam get back in bed together. She's all, I am not doing anything while she's in the next room. And he's like, come on, baby. We can be quiet. It's like, you are so selfish. No, bitch. You're selfish. You up here got a man who's literally rock hard and is ready to get it in. And you keep shutting him down. Nobody told you, Priscilla, that what you won't do, another one will? Because that daggone first lady, her lady bits are in overdrive, and she is ready to take Sam down. And you up here complaining how tired and sleepy you are. When yet, you got home earlier than he did. You could have just took you a little bit of nap and could have made you a cup of coffee and got up and could have gave him a show. And besides, after that, you would have slept even better. Dummy. So then we get this scene, and I'm going to tie this all together here. Sharon and Kareem's ass. They have done setting up the store. You know, the glass man, they got everything back up running. And he pretty much is still come to my place, you know. And she's like, I'm just going to stay at my sister. She's like, but you going to stay there with her and all them kids? You might as well stay with me. It's just me and you. You know, and he just keeps on being very overly persistent. And she's like, okay, she finally agrees, okay, fine, I'll stay. But she says she has to get her stuff from Barry's house. But she's like, well, and he's like, you sure you're okay with that? He's like, well, fine, he ain't there anyway. She doesn't even know that Barry's out. But we see that Barry and Richard are sitting in the living room talking, and Barry is kind of, you know, trying to tell his father that, you know, you and mom, you know, y'all can work this out. I mean, you know her, y'all been married for 30 years. And he tells him, I've been faithful to that woman all them years. I do love your mother, but she was completely dishonest with me. And then he was like, well, I'll remember how you feel when we bring up what you did at that pharmacy. He's like, yeah, I know, but it's different. And he's like, how so? He's like, because it's not the same. It's different. I mean, you know mom. You know her. I mean, clearly, he don't know her as well as he thought he did. That's why he's upset. See, the moral of the situation is the moral of the situation is that you never really know anybody fully. You may know a lot about them, but once you think you know everything about them, they change right before your very eyes. And now he can't look at Nancy the same way. But then Barry notices that Sharon's phone is on the table. So Sharon has been there packing, you know, before they had showed up. But he noticed that her phone is going off. And he also noticed that Kareem is the one texting her. So Kareem's outside waiting for her. He goes upstairs to confront Sharon. Sharon pretty much is like, yeah, I'm done. You know, it is what it is. I'm leaving, you know, and she asked about Richard and how he was doing and everything. But then all of a sudden, As soon as her ass about to walk away, Barry Halson turned it to Barry White. He's like, "You just gonna go? Don't do that, baby. Baby, please don't do that. Why are you doing this to us?" And they start going back and forth, and she was like saying that, "Look, I'm just getting tired of you disrespecting me, you know." And he's like, "Oh, so you're gonna try to make me feel bad that you was over there fucking that nigga?" And she was like, "Well, the way you've been treating me, you made it very easy." She got a point there, but boo boo, you should have had more. You should have had more restraint, and clearly you didn't, because you wanted Kareem to be all up in you, and you got caught. But then he was like, and then he's like, "I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. You know, regardless of how you feel, you know, whether you want to stay or whether you want to go, just know that I love you. And if going with him makes you happy, then go on." She's like, "You are such an asshole. You make me happy. You make me happy. And you just can't make me, you just can't love me sometime. I need it all the time. I need it all the time." I'm like, "Yeah, we know. We saw the very first episode how you was riding him into that mattress, honey. And then he picked you up and was giving it to you on the nightstand. We know you need it all the time. You need that TLC. That long black D. We know, honey." I mean, but then again, it's like Barry's been out of sorts ever since his daughter's been missing, but he's been more mad at you because he feels like you don't care. So she decides, okay, I'll stay. She goes out there to tell Kareem. Oh, Kareem just gets in his feelings and starts going the fuck off. "Get the hell out of my car. You fired. And, don't, like, no, I don't need you," and all this shit. Like, "You're gonna stay there with him and go be with him and his drug money. Get out of my car. Get out of my car." And then he starts getting real aggressive. "I'm telling you, get out of my car, Sharon." I'm like, "Sharon, he about to whoop your ass. You better get up out that car, because he's simple as hell, and he look like he will, he'll smack a bitch. So get the fuck out the car." And then he all, "Shit." I'm like, "Nigga, really? You already knew she was in love with Barry, and yet you went after her anyway, so you got exactly what you deserve, you little bitch." So that went on. So he's all in his feelings, and Sharon goes back in. She talks to Richard. Richard thanks her for saving his life, and all is well. Then we get a scene with Victoria. Victoria calls her aide to have her mother, to contact her mother. And then she also has them to check to see if Ellie has signed out yet. She finds out she hasn't. But then she finally gets on the phone with her mother. Her mother's like, "You kept me on hold?" And she's like, she tells her mother, Miss Maud, because I love me some Miss Maud. Miss Maud is an evil bitch, but I just love her style and her demeanor. That bitch is reckless, but she be giving me straight Diane Carroll, Eartha Kitt tease. And Victoria tells her mother that Gail is trying to emancipate, and and then she's like, "So do you want me to come get her?" And she was like, "Yeah. Do you want them both?" And Mom was like, "Oh yes. I would love that." So she is gonna come in the morning to pick up Gail as well as Jason. She's gonna give the grandkids the same treatment she gave Victoria when she was a little girl, when she was out of sorts and was rebellious. So once Victoria found out Ellie hadn't signed out of the White House, oh, her ass immediately got on her robe and was heading to the damn Oval. So then we get a scene with Lily and Bobby. They got this little sadistic sexual thing going on, and he's like, "You like seeing me in pain?" And she's like, "Yeah, you do flinch." I was like, see, Lily his sexual appetite has literally hit the roof because all that time Donald wouldn't touch her. Shoot. And you got that old fit, dark skinned brother giving it to her. Oh, trust and believe, Lily is getting her life from this situation. And she was saying that, he pretty much says that, we're going to leave in a few hours. And then, because I just want to see if we're being followed. Yeah, you are being followed. That damn cow got a damn sting on your asses. And then, she starts saying that, I've been really, really craving I'm just so horny. And I just been craving some long, good, passionate, wet. And he's like, so what is it? I'm just a piece of meat? And she's like, yeah, a big, juicy piece of meat. And my body deserves it. Are you up for it? He's like, I'm always up for it. I'm like, I know that's right, Bobby. Priscilla need to learn from you. And then next thing you know, he goes down and starts snacking on Lily's good stuff. And I was like, okay, I'm here for this. I love me some Lily and Bobby. So then we see that Gail tries to reach out to Brian, the attorney. He pretty much says, I can't help you because you don't have no tangible evidence. Because remember the last episode, Hunter and Victoria gave that united front and completely just dismantle her case. But she's so damn delusional, she don't even realize that. And then all of a sudden, he says that, look, you need to get me some real proof, or otherwise this ain't going nowhere. So we see that she goes to get her something to eat. She runs into her mother, and she pretty much tells her, tomorrow you will be packed. Your grandmother's coming. She's like, I'm not going. She's like, oh, yes, you are. And she's like, I hate you. And she's like, and then Victoria's like, and I sleep real well knowing that. And that was the end of that. Oh, yeah. Talked about that whole situation. So then we get the scene with Hunter and Ellie. He says that he wants more info about Diane. And of course she's kind of like, I'm so happy to talk to the president. And then Hunter's like, yeah, you got a bright future in politics. It's like, do you know a Senator Galley? And she was like, yeah, I worked for him. He's like, he's a good guy. And he's like, he's more of an asshole. I mean, did you two? And she's like, what are you implying, that I slept with him for my job? And he was like, no, I mean, did you find him sexy or whatever? I mean, did you have an affair, not because you wanted to keep your job? And she pretty much says that, and all of a sudden we start to see Ellie come out of her shit, and we start to see that damn Ellie is scandalous. Like that damn show Scandal. Like, she is scandalous, because she's like, I don't have to sleep with my boss to get ahead. And the thing is, I know I'm sexy. And I know how to get what I want. And then she takes off her dress, shows her goodies. That damn Hunter like a damn dog, and he goes, and she's like, no. She puts her damn heel into him. She's like, no. You don't get to make that decision. I get what I want on my own terms. And she says, I decide who gets this. And he's like, so when will I know? She says, oh, don't worry. I'll brief you on my decision. But then she feels his meat. She's like, not bad for a white boy. And then the next thing you know, as soon as she's about to walk out that damn door, Victoria comes in and starts wailing on her ass. I'm like, as much as Victoria says she don't care, she cares. Because even though she doesn't like Hunter, she hates the fact that she's not desired. So the fact that he's desiring all these other women over her, she does not like that shit, because she literally went in there and started to beat the crap out of Ellie. And that's where it ended. So that's what I got. If I missed anything, get down in the comments and let me know your thoughts. So until next time, everybody, take care.